What if the scale has not moved, but your body is still burning fat? Most people quit too early because they only track one number. But the scale does not measure fat loss, it measures everything: water, food volume, glycogen, muscle, inflammation, salt, stress, even whether your body has handled yesterday's burrito situation. So if your weight is stuck, that does not always mean your progress is stuck. In this video, we are breaking down 7 signs your body may be burning fat, even if the scale is acting funny. And sign number 5 is the one most people completely miss. Here is the first thing to understand. The scale is useful, but it is not specific. It cannot tell you what changed. It only tells you the total weight. That means you can lose fat and still weigh the same if your body is holding extra water, rebuilding muscle, storing glycogen, or dealing with inflammation from exercise. This is why people sometimes start a healthier plan, feel better, look tighter, and then panic because the scale has not dropped. But your body is not broken. The scale is just measuring too many things at once. Fun fact, every gram of glycogen stored in the body is stored with at least about 3 grams of water, which is why shifts in carbs, training, and muscle fuel can move scale weight quickly without reflecting fat gain or fat loss. So before you quit, look for these 7 signs. Sign number 1, your waist is shrinking. The first and most reliable sign is your waist measurement. If your waist is getting smaller, fat loss is probably happening, even if the scale is being dramatic. Belly fat does not always disappear evenly, and scale weight can be masked by water shifts. But a shrinking waist is harder to fake. Measure around the same spot every 1 to 2 weeks, ideally in the morning before food. If your jeans feel looser, your belt needs a tighter notch, or your shirt sits flatter around your stomach, that matters. That is not imaginary progress. That is your body changing shape. And shape matters more than scale weight if your goal is to look leaner. Sign 2, your clothes fit better. The second sign is clothing fit. This is one of the most underrated progress trackers. Because clothes do not care about your water weight, they care about your shape. If your waist feels looser, sleeves fit tighter from muscle, or your stomach does not push against your shirt the same way, your composition may be improving. This is especially common when you combine better nutrition with strength training. You might lose fat and build or refill muscle at the same time. The scale sees same weight, but your clothes see the truth. And honestly, your jeans are often a better coach than the scale. They just say, "Yep, this fits better now." Sign 3, your hunger is more stable. The third sign is calmer hunger. When your body is constantly running on quick sugar spikes and crashes, hunger can feel urgent. You get shaky, cranky, distracted, and suddenly the pantry becomes a crime scene. But when blood sugar is more stable and your body gets better at using stored energy, hunger often feels less desperate. You can go longer between meals without feeling like your personality has been replaced by a snack demon. This does not mean you never get hungry. It means hunger becomes more manageable. Protein can help here too. Higher protein diets tend to increase satiety more than lower protein diets, which can make staying consistent easier. So if you are not constantly thinking about food, that is a big signal. Your body may finally be getting better fuel access. Sign 4, your energy stops crashing. The fourth sign is steadier energy. A lot of people think fat loss should feel miserable, but once your routine is working, you may actually feel more stable. Fewer energy crashes, less afternoon fog, better workouts, more motivation to move. Why? Because your body is not constantly begging for emergency sugar. When the body shifts toward using more fat and stored fuel between meals, energy can feel smoother. And if you are eating enough protein, drinking enough water, and not cutting calories like you are trying to negotiate with a hostage taker, your energy improves. That is the goal. Fat loss should not make you feel like a haunted Victorian child. If your energy is improving, your plan may be working. Sign number 5 is the big one most people miss. You are getting stronger. This is huge. If your weight is not changing but your lifts are improving, your body may be recomping. That means you are building or preserving muscle while losing fat. And that can make the scale look stuck. Muscle is denser than fat, so your body can look smaller, tighter, and more athletic even when the number does not change much. This is why strength training is so important during fat loss. It tells your body, keep the muscle, burn the fuel. Without that signal, weight loss can become muscle loss, and that is how people end up smaller but softer. So if you are lifting more weight, doing more reps, recovering better, or feeling stronger in daily life, do not ignore that. That is progress. The scale just does not know how to clap. Sign 6. You look leaner in the morning. The 6th sign is waking up less puffy. This one can show up in your face, waist, hands, or stomach. If your body is managing sodium, water, sleep, and digestion better, you may wake up looking tighter. Not shredded overnight, just less swollen. Less of that feeling, like you slept inside a salty pretzel. This is often tied to better hydration, fewer ultra-processed foods, improved sleep, and steadier eating. When you reduce refined starches and highly processed foods, many people also notice less water fluctuation. And if you are walking more, especially after meals, that can help your body handle glucose better. Research shows post-meal walking can improve the glucose response after meals, which may support more stable energy and less of the blood sugar roller coaster. So if your morning mirror looks a little sharper, pay attention. That may be one of the first signs your routine is working. Sign 7. Sleep and recovery. Improve. The 7th sign is better sleep and recovery. This sounds unrelated, but it matters. When your body is under too much stress, underfed, overtrained, or constantly spiking and crashing, sleep often suffers. But when your plan is balanced, sleep can improve. You may wake up with less stiffness. You may feel less sore. You may recover faster from workouts. You may stop waking up starving at weird hours. That is a strong sign your body is not just losing weight, it is becoming healthier. And a healthier body is usually better at losing fat consistently. This is also where ketones sometimes enter the conversation. In low carbohydrate or longer fasting states, the body can produce ketones, which are made from fat and used as an alternative fuel source. But you don't need to chase extreme ketosis for fat loss. The bigger point is that your body can become more flexible at using different fuels. That is metabolic flexibility, and that is what you want, my friend. Why the scale stalls even when fat loss is happening. Now, let's pull this together. Your scale can stall for several reasons. You are holding water weight from hard workouts. You ate more salt, which causes the body to retain water. You stored more glycogen. You built some muscle. You are inflamed from training. You are stressed. You have more food volume in your gut. None of that automatically means fat loss stopped. The body is constantly shifting fluids, fuel, and tissue. So if you only use the scale, you will miss the bigger story. Use a better scoreboard, waist measurement, progress photos, clothing fit, gym performance, hunger, energy, sleep, consistency. That gives you the full picture, not just one moody number. How to speed progress without ruining it. Here is the practical part. If you want to keep fat loss moving, focus on the boring things that work. Eat protein at each meal. Lift weights 2 to 4 times per week. Walk daily. Drink enough water. Sleep enough. Reduce processed snacks and sugary drinks. Do not crash diet. Stop changing your plan every time the scale has an attitude. Give your body time to respond. Fat loss is not always loud. Sometimes it shows up quietly first. Looser jeans, better sleep, fewer cravings, more strength, a calmer appetite, a slightly sharper face in the morning. Those are the breadcrumbs. Follow them. And finally, the payoff. So if the scale is not moving, do not panic. Ask better questions. Is my waist shrinking? Do my clothes fit better? Is hunger easier to manage? Is my energy steadier? Am I getting stronger? Do I look less puffy? Is my sleep improving? If the answer is yes, your body may be changing even if the scale is refusing to admit it. Remember, the scale does not measure fat loss, it measures everything. And sometimes the best progress is happening before the number catches up. If this helped, hit like, subscribe, and comment. Which sign have you noticed first? Looser clothes, less hunger, better energy, or better sleep? And if none of these signs are happening yet, the problem may not be your effort. It may be one small habit keeping your body stuck in storage mode. For regular tips and tricks on diet and exercise, follow us on X and Instagram in the video description below. Make a visit to the diet and exercise website in the comments below. We did the research for you and sorted out items that are third-party tested and verified to get you the best results. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, when it comes to diet and exercise, there are no gimmicks, just results.